Hello, welcome to week 4 of Design Thinking for Social Innovation. My name is Katie Krummick. I'm the instructor for the course. And what we want to do with this video is just review what your assignments are going to be and the frameworks in Mural. Um, so for this week, kind of as we're getting into the rhythm of the class, you're going to be reading and watching course content. That's all linked in Canvas. You're going to participate in online discussion, both making a post by Wednesday and then responding to fellow students by Sunday. And you're going to complete the design frameworks for week 4 in Mural. So nothing else other than kind of the regular rhythms of the class. Um, I'm going to go out of this and pull up the Mural framework and share that. And then we'll be done. Okay. Okay. So we are looking at the column week 4 in Mural. Again, if you use this map, you can see we've got week 2 over here, week 3, and week 4. And this is where we are. And what you're going to do in week 4 is take the insights that you gathered from your interviewing, and also you should have developed a point of view statement based on what you heard from your interviews. So you're going to take those insights and you're going to turn them into brainstorming questions, kind of opportunity questions. And what really is useful is to use this framework of how might we um, to kind of frame up that opportunity and then use a verb that implies change. There's a word bank here. A particular user or person that you met and were interviewing, and then whatever the opportunity is. And there's some tips here if you feel like your how might we question is too broad or too narrow. Some questions to ask yourself. So you're going to want to generate at least 4, ideally, and then you're going to choose 3 that you're going to use to brainstorm. There's how might we criteria here that should help you to kind of level set for yourself. And you can always also look at the example that I shared up here in the front. If you double click on this example, you'll be able to see what another student did for their work. So once you have the how might we questions, you're going to review the kind of rules of brainstorming and the tips for brainstorming. And then you're going to brainstorm. So you're going to take one how might we question, place it with this sheet, and then try and come up with as many ideas as you possibly can. Set yourself a nice goal. Try to get to 25 or 30 ideas if possible. If you find yourself stuck, it's really helpful to use these kind of random sources of inspiration. So you might think about, okay, if I was trying to solve the problem I'm working on and I'm using IKEA as an example, what could I think of? Well, there would be an amazing showroom that is so exciting that people get lost and spend hours there. Or there would be instructions that don't have any words, or you would be able to kind of do it yourself. So those are some examples. You're going to repeat the process with the second how might we question and this brainstorm here, and then similar, repeat the exercise with the third how might we question. From there, across all 3 of those brainstorms, you're going to select 3 ideas that you're most excited about, and there's some criteria here that will help you to make that selection. Most likely to delight the stakeholder, most likely to succeed at meeting the needs of the stakeholder, most likely to make systematic change or systemic change. You're going to go from this 3 ideas and narrow down to 1 idea, the idea you feel like is most promising. And you're going to kind of do a high level sketch of what that idea is. What are the objectives? What are you trying to change or create? What are the elements of the idea, etc. And you're also going to storyboard the idea. So this is kind of high level explaining all the components, and this would explain the experience. So kind of before the experience starts, when the experience starts, etc. And you can use these boxes to sketch or use pictures or icons. And then you want to identify what are the assumptions you're making about each of these parts of the experience and why you feel like those would meet the need of your stakeholder. And by identifying the assumptions through this storyboarding exercise, you're going to be able to then refine and design your prototypes, which we'll talk about in week 6. So those are the design frameworks. There's this rubric, as always, that can help you to reflect on your work and see if you feel like you're on the right track. And if you have any questions, please reach out over email.